Hello everybody, welcome back to another stream. Uh, I was just wondering why the bar in the top wasn't working. But yeah, welcome to another stream. We have got our coffee, so I apologize for the slight delay there, but coffee is crucial, as you guys will know. Let's see if I can get this up and running again. There we are. Just getting this bar at the top to work. And we are good to go. All right. So, welcome everyone. We've got a pretty interesting flight ahead of us today. I'll explain in a second. But first, let's say hello to some of you guys. Sim Crash Flyer, welcome. Yep, should be a nice, relaxing evening flight here, hopefully, across the UK. One for welcome. How's it going, my friend? Dankest Osprey, hello, welcome. Coffee, what time is it there? It's 8 o'clock in the evening. 8 o'clock in the evening. So not too late for me. Still okay to have a coffee, and it is absolutely coffee time. I'm doing good, thank you. Thanks, Osprey. How are you? All good, my friend. So today we are, as you will have seen from the title, we're doing a bit of a recreation flight. I thought it'd be interesting to do. Again in the E-Jet. I know we flew the Lineage just last week. But I really enjoy. Hey, fly with Tobias, welcome. Really enjoy the E-Jets at the minute. So we are recreating a flight from. Let's get lost to scaling running. A flight from Titan Airways, who are a charter airline here in the in the UK, based out of Stansted, which is where we are right now. This is their Titan Airways hangar. And they recently purchased this brand new lovely E190. It was delivered and they did some test flights from Stansted up to Newcastle and back. So we're recreating the first leg today. Stansted up to Newcastle. We have the correct call sign, Alpha Whiskey Charlie 190 Lima. And the call sign is ZAP ahead today. So we are ZAP 190 Lima. Hey, from Manchester. Welcome, my friend. How's it going? Not too far away from us. Yeah. So, this is what we're flying today. Beautiful aircraft. We are out the way of all the other regular traffic. Now, livery. We are using a livery that was provided to us by one of the moderators on the channel, Nikki. So thank you very much, Nikki, for the livery. So got the correct reg, as you can see there, Golf, Papa, Oscar, Whiskey, X-Ray. And we even got some little custom engine covers with the Titan logo as well, which is really cool. So we can hop into the cockpit. Let's bring up Navigraph here, and I can brief the route for you guys. So here we are. We are here at London Stansted. We've got the beautiful boundless London Stansted. We're way off here at the Titan hangar, as you can see. So we're going to be taking off runway 22 on the UTAV 1 Romeo departure, heading up north and then over to the west and then back up north again through the Midlands, right over Leicester. If you didn't know, this airport here, Echo Gov Bravo Gov, is the airport I fly from in real life. So yeah, flying right over where I'm streaming from, basically. And so yeah, we'll be heading north past Doncaster, Sheffield, over Leeds, and then we're going to be on a Rinton arrival into Newcastle then. And after here, we're just going to do the ILS-25. Same tensions should give us a nice vector in. We're using default Newcastle today, but of course we got the brilliant boundless scenery for Stansted. So let me just re-enable XP realistic. There we are, and I think we are good to go. I'll just start Volanta here, start tracking on there. There we are. So that's tracking, and I think we're good to go on sane tensions, which we are. Perfect. So let's get started here then. So first things first, I'm gonna remove the engine covers, and we'll get the GPU going. There we are. And we'll request the load sheet. Now I forgot to edit the load sheet actually, to give us no passengers and no payload. So actually I am going to do that now, because we obviously, this was an empty flight in real life, so we do want to try and replicate that as best we can. So if I go to edit flight here, I'm going to bring up our flight. There we are. And what we can do is we can go passengers, none, freight, none, payload. Yeah, so payload will be none as well. All right, and we'll generate that. There we are. That's better. Just popped in. It wasn't an empty flight. Actually, knew someone who was on the flight. They had to have people on board to validate. Ah, interesting. All right then. In that case, welcome by the way. Thank you for that. Shall we add? Shall we add? Say, I don't know. Say 10. How does that sound? Maybe 10 passengers. That makes sense actually. Some people on board to validate. That does make sense. Let's say we had a team of 10 on board, and yeah, and no freight. Let's do that. Now, soon to come in. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, that's really cool. That's really cool. Blue, really nice. All right, so that should be fine. I'm going to click new load, request load sheet. We should get new payload. Yeah, there it is. So we need to switch to kilos. And I'll update my navigraph as well. So 0 fuel weight, fuel takeoff weight. I don't know why it's not actually added any. Maybe it's taking a little bit of time to actually get from SimBrief. I'll just check the SimBrief OFP on my second monitor here. Sorry, on my tablet, and make sure we actually did have the passengers. If not, I might just add it. So new OFP. The routing is the same. That's not changed. And yeah, PAX 10, it's just coming up as payloads. Oh, I know why. I know why, because I forced the payload to 0, didn't I? That's flight radar. Apologies, guys. Bit of a slow start, but we'll get there. Right. Payload auto. Now that should give us the correct sort of payload that we're looking for, hopefully. Payload 700 grams, which is, sorry, 700 kilos, which is about correct. 70 kilos a passenger. That looks good. I'm off again. Shall be delayed to increase realism. Well, thank you very much for popping in. No worries. Right, let's request a new load sheet then. And there it is. Good stuff. All right, back on track then. So let's load the plane. As you can see, we've got some passengers now, so we'll hit load. That's done. Good. All right, let's start the aircraft then. So we'll get the battery on. Battery 2 can go to auto, and we'll go straight onto the GPU. There it goes. No smoking signs on. That's not starting. And everything else looks good. We're on the latest X-Plane beta. Actually, the first flight on the beta, so we'll see how it goes. E-Jet's quite easy to operate. They are indeed. They are indeed. So, here we'll go flight plan route. We're headed off to Echo Golf November Tango. Flight ID, we are... let me just update my sim brief again. We are Alpha Whiskey Charlie 190 190 Lima. So we'll put that in. We'll activate departure. Departure runway is going to be 22. On the UTAV 1 Romeo. There we are. So we'll apply that. Just load the approach for sim brief. So ILS 25 final. Alright. So next, after this waypoint, after Utah, is gonna be Quebec 75. So Quebec 75 Airway to Huzad. So Bravo Uniform Zulu Alpha Delta. Then to Tango 420. So Tango 420 to Akupa, so AK Uniform Papa Alpha. Then to Uniform Yankee 250, so Uniform Yankee 250 to Rimto. There we are, and then we're on the arrival, so then we can at that point go activate, we can go arrival. Runway is going to be 25 on the rim tin, yeah, so the ILS, no transition, so then we can go star on the rim tin, apply, good. So we'll activate that, and that looks good to me. Go flight plan here. Just check it, and then yeah, as assigned. That looks good to me. Alright, so we're gonna get vectors most likely. So perf in it then. That is not the can I change a tail number? Probably not. Anyway. So alternate fuel is gonna be alternate fuel. Alternate is Manchester. We need 772 for that. So that goes in there. Cruise out today is flight level 340. That seems a little bit high, but we'll go with it for now. That's what we've filed. I believe that doesn't actually conform to UK standards, so I believe we have a max of flight level 190 for domestic flights. So I think it's 190 going north, and then I think it's odd flight levels going north and even going south, if I remember right. I can't remember though. But we're going to stick to what we filed for now, otherwise same tensions will get all confused. Cruise wind 305 at 028, so 305 at 028. Takeoff CG we will grab from here. Takeoff CG 17.9. And zero fuel weight is 27850. 27850. And we'll put that on. Then I think we're pretty much good to go. Let's get the APU started. Emergency light not armed. Where have I forgot the emergency light? Oh, here. And we'll hit start. Yeah, we are using the Mango Studio sound pack, of course. So the APU is going. Let's get our ATIS. So ATIS is 12718.
Transition level 65, advise on course heading, altitude, and if traffic service is requested. Read back all runway and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact, you have information mic.
Information mic.
London
okay.
Stansted Airport, information mic. 1820 Zulu. Wind 310 at 6. Visibility 6. Sky conditions, no cloud detected. Temperature 22. Dew point 7. QNH 1018. Density altitude 1100 feet. Arriving and departing runway 22. Transition level 65,
right,
advise on course heading,
now.
altitude,
Let's go for
and if
clearance
traffic service is requested. Read back all runway and hold short instructions.
I'm just going to turn on chatter. Okay, let's go ahead and get our clearance. If it's information mic, QNH 1018. So let's get that set. Oh, come on. (1018) is set. The APU is on. I'm going to get the elect pump on and I'm going to close all the doors. So get rid of that. Passenger GPU as well can go. Clean up these. Alright, parking brake is on. Good. Let's get our clearance. Stansted clearance, ZAP 190 Lima at the Titan Airways hangar. Aircraft type Embraer E190, information mic on board. Request IFR clearance to Newcastle, please.
One second while I grab the paperwork.
Right, so we'll wait for the clearance. Beautiful.
ZAP 190 Lima. Information mic is current. Cleared to Newcastle via the Utah 1 Romeo departure runway 22. Initial climb to 6,000. Departure on 120.625. Squawk 6552.
Cleared to Newcastle via the Utah 1 Romeo departure. Departure runway 22, initial climb 6,000. Departure on 120.625. Squawk 6552. ZAP 190 Lima. Alright. So 6,000. Do you fly real time? Yes, we are real time.
ZAP 190 Lima.
Weather.
Read back correct. Ground is on 121.73. Safe flight, sir.
121.73. Thank you very much, ZAP 190 Lima. Alright, 121.73. We'll put that in. Departure was 22. That's what we planned. Utah 1 Romeo departure, again what we planned. Departure is 120.625, so we'll leave that for now. Squawk 6552, so 6552 can go in the transponder. And we'll do our takeoff performance now. So runway 22 is dry. Let's get the weather. Yeah, so we lifetime live weather. 320 at 3. And it's 21 degrees QNH 1219.
123.805,
There's a takeoff weight. Takeoff first, we're going to do takeoff thrust 2.
Lufthansa 234.
And yeah, pretty low V speed because we're quite empty. We'll send that to the FMS. I'm just going to update my barrel ref here so it all matches. So now we can go to downlink. We'll load the takeoff V speeds. And we can go to perf takeoff. and takeoff initialization. So the wind is 320 at 3. It is dry. Next page is going to be flaps 1. That'll take off CG flex. I don't actually know how to turn this.
Ready at runway 04, ready for departure to Manchester.
Not sure.
FDX23, contact tower on 125.55 for departure clearance.
Takeoff 2 is correct, so we'll take that. That looks good. Pitch trim 0.8 up. That's all looks good to me. I'm just going to set runway heading very quickly. Runway heading, runway 22 is going to be 222. So heading, set that to 222. There we are. Alright, we've got a vertical situation display going here as well. Good stuff. Systems are all fine. We'll go to plan. Sorry, we'll go to map. And we'll set the weather radar on. There's no ground crew around, so we should be good to start the engines. So logo light and the beacon light can go on. And I think we're good to start the engines. Let's get our start clearance. Stansted ground, ZAP 190 Lima at the Titan Airways stand. Request engine start.
ZAP 190 Lima. Engine start approved. Contact apron on 119.999 for pushback if needed.
Engine start is approved and we don't need a pushback. Thank you very much. ZAP 190 Lima. Alright, engine start. So APU is on. We have the elec pump on as well. Let's go ahead and start. We'll start number 1 first, I think. Hey, Vaughn Williams, welcome. How's it going, my friend? We'll hold it in start, run. We'll get ready on the stop just in case we need to abort the engine start sequence. There goes the N2. We'll watch the ITT. There goes the ITT. And ITT rollback. That looks like a good start to me. We'll go ahead and start engine number 2. And we'll get ready again. Beautiful lighting right now. Alright. That's looking pretty stable. Let it reach 61% on the N2. Looks good, so we'll cover that with a flaps 1. Pitch trim should be 0.8 up. So I'll set that here. There it is. Fasten the belts. Alright, we should be good to taxi. Stansted ground, ZAP 190 Lima, ready to taxi.
Zap 190 Lima, taxi to runway 22 via Foxtrot Alpha, Foxtrot, Golf, uniform.
Taxi to runway 22 via Foxtrot Alpha, Foxtrot Golf uniform, Zap 190 Lima. So, Foxtrot Alpha, Golf uniform. Alright. I'm just going to check that routing real quick. That taxiway looks incredibly small. Yeah, so it's trying to take us down here, which obviously we can't do. We'll go Foxtrot Golf uniform is what we'll do. That will work for us. So we'll go taxi lights on. We will get going. Dome light off. Get Turbo eye tracker going. Alright, so I've noticed some micro sort of stuttering with the latest beta. I don't know if they're one-offs or not. We'll see during this flight, I suppose. You're on the latest X-Plane beta, 12.1.2 or something? Sorry, 12.2.1 beta 2, I think.
Taxi departing pilot's discretion. Thank you very much. Good evening to you too.
FDX-23 acknowledged. Have a good evening.
Alright. Take this lovely Titan Airways for this test flight up to Newcastle. Beautiful.
Stansted, ground, good day, Ryanair, Newcastle, have a good day. Stansted ground, good day, Ryanair 06 Alpha, request VFR clearance to Lisbon, Portugal.
Give me 1 second for that clearance.
Alright. We'll take Foxtrot all the way down then. Looking forward to when X-Craft implement the sim brief straight into their EFB. That'd be really cool. To be able to do all the planning and everything within the simulator is very nice. Very welcome addition, absolutely.
Decimal 805 Ryanair 43 Whiskey X-ray.
Good stuff.
Good morning, Ryanair 48 Hotel Alpha, request IFR clearance to Han.
I'll have your clearance in just a second.
Good afternoon, Ryanair 3254, request push and
We're
start,
making a
please.
left here. The side of Stansted you don't often see. There's a passenger terminal way over there. Got Ryanair taking off way over there. So that's normally where we start our flights, but not today. I can now get the APU off, and everything up here still looks good. We'll carry on with our taxi all the way down. A lot of Ryanair, yeah, a lot of Ryanair flights. So of course, Stansted is a huge base for Ryanair. Huge base for Ryanair. I'm hoping St. Tensions doesn't expect me to take off from here. We're like, what, halfway down the runway? We would not be able to, well, maybe we would, but I don't have the, we can't do in-section takeoff on this performance calculator. Stansted ground, ZAP 190 Lima on uniform, holding short runway 22.
ZAP 190 Lima. Contact tower on 123.805 for departure clearance.
Contact tower 123.805, ZAP 190 Lima. Alright, well, we'll contact tower 123.805. And Stansted tower, ZAP 190 Lima, holding short runway 22 on uniform. Right, let's see if St. Tensions figures out that we're not going to take off from halfway down the runway.
ZAP 190 Lima, Stansted tower, runway 22, wind 310 at 6, cleared for takeoff.
Negative, we need to cross the runway and then taxi back around to Romeo to take off from runway 22. We cannot take off from our present intersection. Yes, Levin, we are using St. Tensions today. Hopefully St. Tensions understands what I'm
Lima,
asking.
cross runway 22, then taxi to Romeo for departure from runway 22.
Cross runway 22, then taxi to Romeo for departure, ZAP 190 Lima. Alright, well, they told us we can cross. There is an aircraft on short final there, so we are going to wait. Look at that, there's one up there, there's one, oh jeez, there's a few. What's your opinion? How makes feeling about it? After departure, I'll talk a little bit more about it. After departure, I'll talk a little bit more about it for sure. Or at least on the taxi.
Contact departure on 120.625.
So West Atlantic, I don't think we can make it before they touch down. We're gonna have to wait again. We're gonna have to wait. I think after this guy we can go though, probably. If we're quick. I think there's an aircraft behind him, but they're fairly far. Yeah, there's that DHL of some sort, or EasyJet. Yeah, I'll talk more about the St. Tensions just after we depart.
Ryanair 27 Bravo Victor, contact departure on 120.625.
We'll definitely have to be quick. Crossing the runway here. There's an intersection directly opposite us, as you can see, so we're going to have to go and take this high speed.
Contact departure on 120.625.
I'm going to get the parking brake off, ready to go. This is where I'm really hoping we get the St. Tensions traffic into X-Plane as well. It's working pretty nice in Maxwell Flight Sim. It would be pretty cool if they spaced them there, so I have a chance to cross. Oh, that EasyJet is potentially a little bit closer. I think we're gonna just, I think we're gonna run with it. Maybe, do I wait? Is there anyone behind? Oh, they're really close, aren't they? Yeah, I'm gonna have to wait. Right, we'll let this EasyJet land and then we'll cross, hopefully. St. Tensions with so much traffic right now.
QNH 1016.
How good is Embraer at the time? I don't fly it a lot. It's really nice. I really enjoy it at the minute. Really enjoying it right now.
500 feet.
I really am enjoying it. Again, we'll talk a bit more about all of these add-ons and stuff once we're up in the cruise. have to say the lighting right now is looking really nice. We have a lovely evening departure here. Even though we're getting delayed by all these flights touching down. We are going to go after this EasyJet 320 though. I don't see anyone else.
145, contact departure on 120.625.
This traffic is from Traffic Global, and I have the Regent traffic pack installed, which updates the models, deliveries, and the schedules as well.
Ryanair 843.
Alright, well,
Uniform.
EasyJet
Welcome to
320 is
Stansted.
down. Let's
Contact
get
ground
the
on 121.73.
strobe on.
121.73, Ryanair 843 uniform.
And we'll enter the runway behind here. There we are, alright. Nothing on final that I see. Trying to make it relatively quick. I don't want to cause a go around or anything. It would be nice if St. Entrance realised that this was a not so suitable intersection to take off from and figured out that I would need taxi all the way to the end of the runway. Although St. Entrance is potentially having a bit of a stroke at the minute. Some of the voices are.
Welcome to Stansted.
It struggles with some call signs.
121.73.
I will exit here.
Contact ground to 121.73 for Baby Airline to Yankee.
Alright, we can continue our taxi then to the runway. Alright. So, strobe's off.
Phoenix 14 Lima Mike.
We can continue
Contact
as taxi.
departure on 120.625.
120.625, Phoenix 14 Lima Mike. Bye bye, see you.
Alright. You can see a bit more of Stansted there. So it's not going to be this intersection, it's going to be the next one.
Ryanair 299 Zulu. Contact departure on 120.625.
Aircraft landing there.
120.625, Ryanair 299 Zulu.
Golf India Yankee. Welcome to Stansted. Contact ground on 121.73.
Over to ground 121.73, Golf India Yankee.
Another EasyJet. Beautiful. Alright. Well, we don't need to use this first hold short line, we can use the second one. Stansted Tower, SAP 190 Lima, holding short, runway 22, fully ready. Good old clearance here.
ZAP 190 Lima, runway 22, winds 310 at 6, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 22, clear for takeoff, ZAP 190 Lima. Right, well, cleared for takeoff. Is there anything else coming? I don't think so. So, we could turn to the runway. Yes, we need to stream the SSG at some point. Absolutely, that is on the list to stream. So lights on, TCAS TARA, and go.
Take off, okay.
Take off, okay, good stuff. We're good to go. And we need to hit this button here, which will set all our autopilot modes as we want them.
Skylane 123 Alpha Zulu, request QNH.
Alright.
Skylane 3 Alpha Zulu, descend altitude 2500 feet. Skylane
Well, here we go then.
Please confirm QNH. I ask you for QNH.
Chrono. Which one is it? There's chrono. So we'll start the chrono. There it goes. Alright. Spool them up. 50%. And Toga. Look at that acceleration. Wow. You can tell we're light today. 80 knots.
V1. Rotate. V2.
Absolute rocket.
Positive rate. Gear up.
Gear up.
Golf Juliet India Mike Sierra London Stansted Tower. Pass your message.
Alright. Let's go. VNav and nav.
Golf Juliet India Mike Sierra.
Beautiful.
I wasn't able to find an IFR flight plan for you. You can create an IFR flight plan on SimBrief and then file it with us through the Say Intentions website.
Zap 190 Lima. Contact departure on 120.62. 5 advance.
120625. Zap 190 Lima. Alright, I'm gonna just turn on the autopilot. So I can tune this frequency. 120.625. Stansted departure Zap 190 Lima, climbing through altitude 4,900 for 6,000. Look at that.
Zap 190 Lima. Stansted radar identified. Climb flight level 100.
Climb flight level 100, Zap 190 Lima. So we cleared all the way up to 100. Flaps can go up. Why are we not on nav? There's LNAV. Flight level change. What is... Oh, it's trying to intercept that.
Zap 190 Lima. Climb flight level 230.
Climb flight level 230, Zap 190 Lima. Why is my throttle now?
Control 128.48, speedbird 137.
Stansted departure.
Sort yourself out.
Ryanair Phantom Fahrenheit 4,000 feet.
Zap 190 Lima. Roger, maintain flight level 230.
Right. I'm just gonna put a direct into Utah because I'm not entirely sure what it's doing. There we are. I think I wasn't in nav initially for some whatever reason.
Can you
so
say it again, please?
I think we're good now.
Ryanair 78 Delta, contact London Control on 128.48.
We'll get the lights off then.
48, Ryanair 78 Delta. Climbing flight level 290, Ryanair 78 Delta.
Nice departure out of Stansted. Can't see much out of that side. Good stuff. Alrighty. So, same intentions, do I recommend it? Overall, yes, it is expensive, admittedly, but I do quite like it still. It's not perfect, as you saw, it tried to make me take off halfway down the runway there, it didn't realise.
Zap 190 Lima, climb flight level 310.
Zap 190 Lima, Roger, will climb flight level 310. Right, let's climb 310. Yes, looks like we're now following LNAV nicely. Alright, yeah, so, once you figure out the Embraer systems, it's really nice. These jets. But yeah, same intentions, I do quite like it. It's not perfect, you sometimes have to work around it slightly.
Zap 190 Lima, contact London Control on 126.78.
London Control 126.78, Zap 190 Lima. But yeah, see, as you can hear, as you can see right now, it's working really well. So I do really like it.
43 Whiskey X-Ray, contact London.
And London Control, Zap 190 Lima, climbing through flight level 190. Speaking of, we can go to standard on the Arrow.
Zap 190 Lima, London Control, identified. Good evening.
There we are. Absolute rocket ship out of London Stansted. Really looking forward to the freighter aircraft as well from Same Intentions, from X-Craft, sorry.
Zap 190 Lima, London Control, climb flight level 340.
Climb flight level 340, Zap 190 Lima. Further climb clearance. Yeah, these, I am getting micro stutters, I think, due to the latest beta. Every now and then is, look at that, stuttering slightly. That seems to be a beta issue or something that started in the beta. Everything here looks okay.
652, flight level 165.
What is the AI called? It's Say Intentions AI. Say Intentions.
652, climb flight level 320. Climbing to flight level 320, EG652.
Right, so now it's actually pretty smooth. After this turn,
Frequency for Heathrow Tower.
here I think I will turn the seatbelt signs off. Yeah, Say Intentions work for X-Plane. That's the main benefit and the main reason I have it over something like Beyond ATC is it works with both simulators, which is a huge bonus. Over this side, we've got lovely Orbit True Earth here. So yeah, Say Intentions. I was using it yesterday on my Microsoft Flight Sim stream with the integrated traffic that it now injects as well. It's really nice. I use it on both.
London Control, good morning. Sierra Tango 5525 on the apron. Request IFR clearance. London Ground,
Beautiful.
good morning. Sierra Tango 5525 the apron. Request IFR clearance.
Yeah, look at these stutters every now and then. I have no idea what's causing that. I'm gonna open Task Manager on my second monitor to see what's causing that. Hey Corey, welcome. Do you recommend me getting this plane on sale? Yes, I do. It's really good. I really enjoy it. X-Craft are doing a fantastic job. I'm running the Mango Studio sound pack, so I got some really nice sounds as well. The default actually aren't too bad for default. The modeling is nice, texturing is quite nice as well. Performance is fantastic. It's the best performing airline that I have in terms of frame rates. So yeah, it's really good.
Squawk 4153 direct, Mike India Delta, Swiss Smart Mike up.
Absolutely recommend it. I'm gonna see what's causing those stutters when I pan sometimes. Not had that in recent flights. It was really nice and smooth, so I guess the latest beta has introduced a little bit of stutters. Yeah, off we go on our way up to Newcastle.
Ryanair 205, ready to start descent.
Should be at our cruise altitude pretty soon.
Cleared direct to Asnet. Proceed on heading 315.
There's a 1,000 to go warning. Seems pretty smooth now, so don't know what that was all about. Right, there's our cruise. Lovely. I will at this point get the fasten seatbelt signs off. Our test crew in the back can go and do whatever they need to do now.
ZAP 190 Lima. Expect the REM T1 November arrival. Prepare to descend in roughly 5 minutes. Notify if you're ready to descend before that.
We'll expect the Rimton arrival and we'll be ready to descend in roughly 5 minutes. ZAP 190 Lima. Let's see, where's our top of descent?
ZAP 190 Lima. Cleared. Right. 1 November arrival into Newcastle. Whenever you'd like to descend, flight level 260.
Whenever we're ready, descend flight level 260, ZAP 190 Lima. Alright, we still have quite a way to go. About 60 nautical miles, so we can wait a little while.
ZAP 190 Lima. Descend flight level 260 when ready.
Roger, descend flight level 260 when ready, ZAP 190 Lima. See, sometimes it repeats stuff. It's not perfect. But orbit True Earth looking really good right now. See, there's some pretty big stutters. Hopefully the next beta will fix it. Making a nice right turn. Get a bit of a flyby. Yeah, see, stuttering on that as you fly by. Our flybys used to be super smooth, especially up at altitude. Yeah, look at that. That's not good at all. I wonder. Yeah, still stuttering a little bit. I'll have to do some testing, I guess.
Zap 190 Lima, descend flight level 160.
Descend flight level 160 when ready, Zap 190 Lima. Yeah, they're really getting us descending a bit early. That's incredibly early for descent. So we'll wait a little bit.
Delta, contact Scottish Control on 128.0 fire. 5 come out. 5.
Contact Scottish Control on 128.055. 372 Delta, thank you.
Very nice. I was getting these little micro stutters when I was testing the I got myself the DA42 earlier. The last few days ago. So I was doing some test flights, some circuits earlier with it, and I was getting some stutters with that as well. So I think it is the latest beta, a little bit stuttery. So maybe hold off if you haven't upgraded yet.
Canada 4433, looking for...
There's East Midlands Airport.
Runway for takeoff.
This is the city of Leicester, and there is
Runway, please.
there's little Leicester Airport down there.
Canada 4 South
Very nice.
433, looking for clearance to runway 26.
That is
6 in S Street, please.
this little airfield over, where is it? There it is. This little airfield over there is where I do my PPL.
Zap 190 Lima, descend flight level 120.
Descend flight level 120, Zap 190 Lima. Still early for descent. We'll just descend when we hit our top of descent here. These clouds look very nice. Very, very nice. Get a nice wing view. Look at that. Alright, we'll carry on then. Hey Stan, welcome. I was engrossed in figure out why my headset and my iPhone wasn't working with the same intentions. I totally forgot. No worries at all, Stan. Glad you're here, my friend. Glad you're here. Still... Are we still following L now? Seems to think Leicester's it seems to think Leicester's behind us. What's up with the flight plan? Go direct mammal. There we are. There must have been an issue with a direct, a double waypoint or something in the flight plan.
Zap 190 Lima, descend flight level 090.
Descend flight level 090, Zap 190 Lima. Yeah, I think this latest beta has introduced stutters. Look at this. No idea why it's stuttering. I had the same button map to push to talk and explain. That was a conflict. Never figured it out until I watched the real SimGear setup video for saying intentions. Oh, I see. Very nice. Well, glad you got that sorted then. Not sure why we veered off course there. I think maybe this beta is a little bit buggy. Maybe it's broken some aircraft logic. Because we flew the E-Jets just last week and it was perfect. So I'm not sure why it just started ignoring the waypoint there. Let's do our landing performance then. So, it's going to be runway 25. It is dry conditions. The wind is 290 at 12. Temperature is 17. And the QNH 1018. The landing weight is going to be estimated. Let's take a look at the OFP. Estimated landing weight is 31526. 31526. Flaps 5 is fine. No icing, we'll compute that. Plenty of runway, look at that. So we'll send that to the FMS. And it's going to want to start the descent relatively soon. So we'll go 090, we'll put that in and let it start its descent whenever it's ready. We will go landing in it. Sorry, we'll go downlink and we'll load the V-speeds. Perfect landing. Landing initialization. So landing weight was 31526. The wind is 290 at 12. Temperature 17 degrees. It's going to be a flat 5, no icing. And it's going to be yeah, regular MPA Cat 1. That's fine. And there it is. All right. So it's going to start the descent in a second here. Hopefully, VNAV path, there we are. Now it's going to start the descent.
Thunder control, Speedbird 5565, not receiving audio, over.
I hope.
Speedbird 5565, say again. I didn't catch that. Ensure your radio is set correctly.
Come on, you going to descend or not? The autopilot seems to be playing up today, or maybe I'm just not doing things correct. It's throttled back, but it doesn't want to actually there. Is it going now for the descent? You don't want to descend more than that because our speed's dropping. Guess we'll hit flight level change.
Throttle.
There it goes. Right, path. Alright, I think it's figured itself out now. Faster seatbelt sounds. Yeah, not sure what's going on with that. The lineage was perfect when we flipped last week, so that was a bit strange. But I think we're back on track now. Currently over Doncaster, down there. We have Sheffield as well. Alright, this is looking better now. Let's get the minimums and put that in them. Minimum's going to be barometric. Cat 1 439. So 439, 440 to closest. We'll put that in there. We're going to low auto brake. Yeah, more stutters. Jeez, come on.
Right. Control with a 2202 request.
Yeah, so latest beta. So far, latest X-Plane beta, not amazing. Maybe I need to empty my shade. Look at that, still. I think I need to maybe empty my shader cache or something. Hopefully that'll help. but so far performance on the latest beta is not good.
Direct to Titan approved. Resume own navigation.
Go for a nice wing view though for a while. I think next stream we will probably be back in Microsoft Flight Sim, taking a look, a more in-depth, proper look at the new Saint Engines injected traffic. I know we had a bit of a look at it yesterday, but we flew from some pretty quiet airports, so we'll fly from some busier airports.
I believe Max 40 is what we'll do. P1 Echo arrival into Edinburgh, descent flight level 070, Blue Max 47 Echo Zulu.
Blue Max 42 Echo Zulu. Contact Scottish Control on 128.05 bottom 5 turn.
Alright. Nice steady descent into Newcastle. It looks good, doesn't it? Sim Crash Flight, it really does. Especially this view. This view looks great. And to be honest, this view looks pretty good as well. Look at that. Real nice. We're actually directly over Leeds right now. There's Leeds Bradford. There is Leeds. I'm actually heading to Leeds next week. Yeah, Leeds Bradford Airport. There's the city of Leeds. Very nice. Still getting stutters. Wow. Latest beta performance really not good. I don't know what is causing these stutters. Considering the E-Jets are normally the best performing airliners for me in terms of FPS and stability. I'm not sure what's happening today. I was getting this in the Aerobus DA42 as well, which is a GA aircraft, which I was very surprised getting stutters in a GA aircraft in X-Plane. Some insightful comments from Mark at Simhang on YouTube. If you haven't had a chance, I think he's right on. Yeah, I'll have to take a look. I did see he posted a video, so I do need to go and check that out. Yeah, thanks, Stan. Absolutely. XP is not far away from Microsoft Flight Sim. Yeah, I think in terms of the clouds and atmospherics and the lighting, yeah, we're not far away. However, without orbital Earth, this would look very different, of course. So, default scenery on the ground is still pretty far away from Microsoft Flight Sim, of course. I think it always will be, just due to licensing reasons and stuff like that, you know. But hey, look at this with Orbex True Earth and this lighting. It does look very close. It does look very close. I would say Microsoft Flight Sim still has a bit more of a cinematic look. 2024 is definitely a lot better, but it's still a bit more cinematic. The clouds are slightly overdone a little bit still for that cinematic look. It looks great, do not get me wrong. It looks absolutely amazing, as we saw yesterday. But I think X-Plane has slightly more realistic lighting, I would say, and realistic clouds and stuff. But both are really nice. I really enjoy both sims right now. So, descending nicely on the path. Looks good to me. Beautiful British countryside.
Zap 190 Lima. Contact Scottish Control on 128.05. Keep to me. 5 call.
Scottish Control 128.055. Zap 190 Lima. Alright, off to Scottish Control then. 128.055. Scottish Control, Zap 190 Lima, descending through flight level 206 for flight level 090.
Zap 190 Lima.
Lighting.
Scottish Control identified. Good evening.
Alright, identified. Good stuff. So yeah, after here you can see where we're probably going to end up getting vectors. Cool. Alright. Shame the lighting is just that we can't actually see much of the scenery, but look at this. Wow. Very nice.
Shamrock 5 Tango Juliet, Scottish Control, climb and maintain flight level 310.
Maintain level 350, Shamrock 5.
Shamrock 5 Tango Juliet, climb and maintain flight level 350. Shamrock 5 Tango Juliet, contact Valley Radar on 125.225.
Alright. So yeah, I think we're back in Microsoft Flight Sim either tomorrow or Thursday. Let me know where you want to see me fly.
Is passenger at level 3304350.
Zeppelin Air 28, Scottish Control identified. Good evening.
Helicopter Roger 06, contacting Newcastle at 124.38.
So yeah, we'll be taking a look at the SSG 747. I do have it, I've flown it a fair bit, so we need to take a look at that on stream at some point for sure. After 12.2.1 I started stuttering even though my FPS didn't drop. I readjusted the bottleneck but unknowingly went from GPU to CPU, no more stuttering. Yeah, okay, maybe I need to have another look at my settings, I guess. I mean, at the minute, it's the frame times are pretty, they are jumping about all over the place, but pretty equal between CPU and GPU. Although the GPU frame time is jumping around a fair bit, so maybe I need to have another look. Maybe it's just the maybe it is just the beta. Although they didn't change much in 12.1, 12.2.1 the beta, so I don't know. Hopefully it gets fixed, because I definitely had better FPS beforehand.
Zap 190 Lima. Scottish Control, contact Newcastle approach on 124.38.
Newcastle approach 124.38, Zap 190 Lima. Newcastle approach and 124.38. Newcastle approach, Zap 190 Lima, descending through flight level 1344090. Oh, it's C-stand. I'll have to play around with it after the stream, I think.
Zap 190 Lima. Newcastle approach identified. Good evening. Expect the ILS runway 25 approach into Newcastle.
Expect the ILS 25 approach into Newcastle, Zap 190 Lima. Alright. And if I do that, I should fix that. Good stuff, alright. And we'll keep on going, we'll get the landing lights on now.
Zap 190 Lima, descend altitude 3000, turn right,
Vectors.
heading 030 vectors for the ILS runway 25 approach.
Right heading 030 vectors for the ILS, descend altitude 3000, Zap 190 Lima. Alright, hey HT Sim, welcome, thank you very much, appreciate the like my friend. Right, 030. So we'll go heading mode now. We'll go flight level change. Cool. And if I hit preview here, I can get lock 1, which is our ILS preview. Not enjoying the stutters, but there you go. The lighting there. Alright, we'll be heading directly over Newcastle momentarily, just up there off the nose. And we're clear down to 3,000, so let's go local QNH now as well. 1018. Right. 1018 set.
Flight level 150.
Simon, maintain flight level 150, Niner Hotel Papa.
Niner Hotel Papa climb and maintain flight level 190.
Nice.
Simon, maintain flight level 190.
That anti-aliasing down the rays was a little bit better. That looked so good. You can see slightly jagged edges there, but can't complain too much. It looks great. This side looks pretty good as well. Still getting the stuttering though, not good. Right, Newcastle Tower is gonna be, let's check it here. Newcastle Tower 118705. Just get that ready. And we have VREF here, landing pretty slow. Now in real life they parked on stand 22 is where they parked in real life for this flight. So I'll request that stand. Airport is off to our left, roughly. There's Newcastle straight ahead in front of us. I might go vertical speed descent.
Throttle. Throttle.
And I'll do
Easy 15 Yankee, contact Scottish Control on 128.055.
like 1,000 foot per minute should work.
Over to Scottish Control on 128.055.
That'll work.
Moonmaker 5, November Golf, we are already taxied, we are holding short runway 25.
Brilliant. That does look really good now, look at that. Very nice. Beautiful. Lovely summer's evening here in the UK.
EG15 Yankee, contact Newcastle Tower on 119.705.
Newcastle Tower on 119.705. EG15 Yankee.
So, lights are on as required.
QNH 1019,
Looking good.
EZ45 Mike. On flight level 210, EZ45 Mike.
So 220 knots, looking good for now. The platform altitude for this approach is 2,000, it looks like. We're descending nicely. think I'm gonna
level
go
270, shuttle 30 hotel.
flight level change here.
Shuttle 13 hotel, climb flight level 270. Climb flight
Come
level
on,
270,
Stutzers.
shuttle
Jeez.
30 hotel.
Oh, look at this. Newcastle looks great. Right over the city of Newcastle there. Beautiful. There's the coastline. Little beach down here. Orbeck Earth just looks great. Look at
That's
this.
190 Lima. Turn left, heading 020.
Left heading 020. Zap 190 Lima. There's 3000.
Maintain flight level 180.
They want 020 now.
Contact gun control on 128.055. EGSS 4 okay. EGSS 4 LK Newcastle approach identified. Continue climb via Girl 3X.
That just looks so good. Real nice. So it should be turning us relatively soon.
Newcastle Tower, 119 Air, decimal 705. EG15 Yankee, bye bye.
Beautiful.
Departure, good evening, EG15 Yankee with you at flight level 30, weather warning to execute. Thank you so much. Easy 15 Yankee, Newcastle departure identified, cleared direct Urquhart.
Zap 190 Lima, 8 miles from CF25. Turn left heading 300, descend altitude 2000 until established on the localizer. Cleared for the ILS runway 25 approach.
Newcastle approach. Golf.
Left heading 300, descend altitude 2000 until established on the localizer. Clear for the ILS 25 approach. Zap 190 Lima. Alright, there we are.
Cirrus Golf Romeo Oscar Golf Echo Newcastle approach squawk 1151 and again.
Squawk 1151 and
Approach speed.
Cirrus Golf Golf Echo.
2500.
Should start slowing us down relatively soon.
Identified. 9 miles southeast of Newcastle Aerodrome at 4,400 feet. Newcastle,
And what we'll do is we'll arm approach.
1012.
Here it is. So arm the approach. Let's see here. Approach not available.
Climb flight level 270.
Looks like the autopilot is, I don't know what it's doing.
Climb via the seat. Skyway
Alright, now we're on approach.
Skyway 60 tree, climb and
Not sure why it's turning into the localizer. Interesting. Alright, I'm disconnecting.
Autopilot.
I'm going manual speed. And I'm gonna go 180. Hey Lee, welcome. I am still using Tobii Eye Tracker. Absolutely. Just I only really use it for taxiing at the minute. In flight,
That
unless I'm
190
flying
Lima.
GA, don't
Confirm
really
your
need
last
it too much.
transmission. Are you still using the ILS approach for runway 25 at Newcastle?
Confirm we're using the ILS ZAP 190 Lima. Alright, we'll intercept the ILS manually then, I suppose.
Mike Whiskey, I'm still waiting for that clearance to Bristol.
Flight
ZAP
directors
190 Lima. Cleared for the ILS runway 25 approach. ZAP 190 Lima. Contact Newcastle Tower on 119.705.
E160. There's the ILS coming in. Newcastle Tower 119.705. ZAP 190 Lima. Not sure what the autopilot was doing there. Interesting, very interesting. I'm gonna go flaps 3. Luckily we've got some good visual conditions here. 119 705. Hello. Newcastle Tower, ZAP 190 Lima, established on the ILS 25. Right, what's my approach speed? 113.
190 Lima.
Oh, sorry.
Newcastle Tower.
118.
Wind 360 at 3. Runway 25. Cleared to land.
118. Clear to land runway 25, ZAP 190 Lima. Hey, this is why we do test flights. Alright, flap 5 set. We're gonna get speed brakes out, gear down. Re-establish ourselves on this approach. Useful approach, but I'm not sure what the autopilot was doing there. It seemed to think we were too far away for the approach. It kind of got caught up.
Echo Lima, runway 25, cleared for touch and go.
Yeah, I'm taking off. I'm out the circuit. I'll change frequency in a moment.
Alright. We're good here. Wind is all over the place.
Easy 15 Yankee, welcome to Newcastle.
I think I'm going to add some more speed here.
121.73.
Ground on 121.73.
1, 2, 3, and that 5 knots. This is St. Intentions indeed. I really like it. I really do like it. It's not perfect. Sometimes makes you do weird things, but it's not bad. Very varied, yeah, absolutely. It is nice and varied. Main reason I have it over Beyond ATC is because it works with X-Plane and Microsoft Flight Sim.
1000.
It's the main benefit for me. Alright, bit of hand flying into Newcastle here. Yeah, we'll get the Tobii track on for taxi. I only really use it then in airlines. We're not, you know, looking around too much. Oof, it is windy. It's a beautiful approach though. Beautiful lighting.
Newcastle Tower, Eagle 1.
Eagle 1, Newcastle Tower.
We were clear to land.
All aircraft be advised, information uniform.
Runway 25 clear to land, ZAP 190 Lima. Apparently you didn't hear me the first time. 2 red, 2 white.
500.
So you flying these E-jets is a lot of fun. Bit high now.
400.
Don't give me stutters. No, don't stutter.
300. Approaching minimums.
Is that an aircraft on the runway? I would go around here, but the autopilot is all
100.
messed up, so I am just gonna land.
50. 40.
Toronto.
30.
Toronto.
Or stutters.
10.
EG15 Yankee. Contact
5.
departure on 124.3. 8. Turn.
So yeah, normally I wouldn't land. I would go around, but the autopilot is all messed up at the minute, so I do just want to land. Auto brake off, also the reverses. Alright, hey
Zap
Nicky, welcome.
190 Lima. Welcome to Newcastle. Contact ground on 121.73.
12173, Zap 190 Lima. Alright. We'll exit
Zap
here.
190 Lima. Negative. Contact ground on 121.73 for taxi instructions.
Newcastle ground, Zap 190 Lima vacated on Bravo. Michael V, yes, this is the latest beta. So far it's giving me stutters. So performance doesn't seem great on this latest beta.
Zap 190 Lima, Newcastle ground, taxi to general aviation parking via Bravo Alpha. Good day.
Bravo Alpha, Zap 190 Lima. So that is where we want to go. It isn't general aviation parking. It is proper parking, I assure you.
Zap 190 Lima, say again.
Taxiing to parking via Bravo, then Alpha, Zap 190 Lima. Like I said, not perfect. It just mishear me sometimes. Well, we got it down. We'll take a look at the replay. Apologise for the aircraft on the runway. Normally that'd be a go around, but today, with the autopilot the way it is, I just don't really have the time, unfortunately. Would you recommend I go on it, or is it? I would stay on the regular for now, Michael. But it doesn't actually. The beta is really for gateway artists. For it's really more for web developers and stuff. There isn't a huge benefit for us just regular simmers. And so far performance doesn't seem great. So I would stay at the minute. My advice. I may come off the beta if I keep getting stutters like this. Because the beta doesn't introduce much for just, you know, regular simming, if that makes sense. It's more for airport developers. Get the lights off. Get the weather radar off as well.
To Rotterdam, sorry, to Amsterdam Schiphol Airport with information.
It's a Tobii eye tracker. Logan Air, ERJ there. Oh, so let's get marking. It looks like VRAM usage is really high as well. Normally I'm fine coming into Newcastle, but look at this, the textures are compressing.
With information call, ready to copy IFR to Heathrow. Cleared to Heathrow
Flaps up
via
as well.
Girl 3 X-ray departure. Departure runway 25, initial climb 4000, departure 124.38, squawk 6552, shuttle 660.
I think this is pulling me quite. Oh no, this can still go forward. Thank you, Michael. This is Orbex Trueworth at the minute, but the lighting and stuff is pretty much default. Right, we'll stop there. Get the parking brake on. Oh, we forgot the AP, didn't we? You know what? We'll just shut the engine down and watch the replay. There we are. A messy approach, landing overall a messy flight with this latest X-Plane beta, unfortunately. Channel stay intentions, end the flight on Atlanta, but I will add the screenshots I took because it was a beautiful flight. And then we'll take a look at the replay. You can see the textures are compressing here, unfortunately. I think the VRAM usage is really high in this beta as well, and maybe there's a VRAM leak in the beta. Alright, we'll complete the flight. And we will take a look at the replay here. Once it loads, there it is. All right. Oh, look at the lighting. It is a beautiful flight. Beautiful, beautiful flight. In this, the brand new Titan E190. The left side just about dropped. But the E-Jet is so much fun to hand fly. It really is. Look at a few different angles here. Interesting that on a flight where we recreate a test flight, the autopilot decides to do funny things at the end there. I'm not entirely sure what that was. Yeah, it's nice modeling, right? Aircraft, the visuals on these, look at the dirt there. Yeah, Aircraft have done a fantastic job on the visuals. Can't see much from up here, can we? Go for a nice runway view. No worries, one for. No worries. Beautiful. Not too bad in the end, considering we had stutters on final as well. Alright. We'll go with... Oh, look at the stutters. Terrible. I think it's going to crash. Oh, no it's not. Okay. And I'll leave you with this view at the end here. I do appreciate you all being here. Thank you very much. Marjorie, not butter you. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it was an okay landing, I think. Pretty average, but yeah, by no means butter. By no means. It was a windy approach, though. It really was. It looks beautiful. So I'm going to leave you with this view. Thank you all very much for watching. We'll be back tomorrow, most likely in Rackshot Flight Sim. But yeah, thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.
200. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.